Leeds United say Robin Koch passed all the on-field concussion tests, despite the player having to be substituted 20 minutes after a collision during their game with Manchester United at Elland Road. The Professional Footballers Association have called for the rules to be changed on concussion substitutes, saying players are being put at risk. Brain injury charity Headway have gone a step further, saying the Premier League's reputation is on the line. We have approached the Premier League for comment. Koch suffered the injury during a collision with Manchester United's Scott McTominamy after 11 minutes of the game at Elland Road. The player was assessed by medical staff before being allowed to continue. He was then withdrawn after half an hour, appearing to signal that he was suffering from a lack of vision and balance. The PFA say the current concussion protocols, set out by the game's lawmakers IFAB, are failing to prioritise players' safety, and the "if in doubt, sit them out" guidance is not being applied in elite football. In a statement, the PFA say, as the representative voice of players in England, we've been clear to IFAB that we want to see the introduction of temporary concussion substitutes. Temporary concussion substitutes will allow medical teams additional time and an appropriate environment to make an initial assessment. Introducing temporary substitutes would allow a match to restart with neither side numerically disadvantaged, reducing pressure on players and medical teams to make quick decisions on whether an injured player continues. Put simply, the current rules set by IFAB are not working and players are being put at risk. Koch has tweeted himself today, "Thank you for your many messages. I wanted to support the team for longer yesterday, but unfortunately I couldn't do it. Thanks to our medical staff for the good care. I feel much better today and will be back soon."
The protocols are there to be adhered to. Leeds United will say they adhere to them. The referee, as I say, took guidance from experts. He can't do much else.
Take out the players' hands.
Yeah.
That's the big thing for me. Because all players don't want to come off the pitch. They don't want to come off the pitch in a game against Manchester United, a bounce in Elland Road, a game that they know they've got to get something out of. The player's never going to say he wants to leave the pitch. It's not going to happen. That's where the physios and the doctors have to be strong enough to say, I'm sorry, but you're coming off. I mean, you could visibly see he barely could walk coming off the pitch, could he? And you think, how'd you get yourselves into that situation? So, no, take it out of the players' hands. I think that's something that we'd all agree on because it's the safety of the player.
Sue?
Yeah, I have to agree, and it's all about the safety of the player, and I'm sure that Leeds medical staff have gone on and they've done all of the checks that they need to do. I'm sure they've gone through everything, but as a player, like Stephen said, you want to play in big occasions like that, in big games, so you'll say, yeah, I'm fine, but actually take it out of their hands and take them off the field if you think there's any sort of concern there, because he clearly looked in a pretty bad way, and you have to protect the player's safety.
Leeds say their medical staff have always been in favour of temporary substitutions for head injuries, as it would allow the staff more time to assess an injury and allow a period for symptoms to potentially develop. The decision to allow him to continue has been criticised by Dawn Astle, whose father Jeff was ruled to have died from accumulated brain trauma caused by heading heavy footballers. The brain injury charity Headway say they're frustrated and confused about what happened at Elland Road, believing a head injury assessment period makes more sense. We've got this statement that you can see from their Deputy Chief Executive, Luke Griggs, who says it's hard to believe that if they had 10 minutes to assess the player in the quiet confines of the dressing room, that they would have come to the conclusion that he was fit to continue. We need urgent answers from the Premier League, as their reputation is on the line here. Concussion protocols in all sports clearly state, if in doubt, sit it out. The Premier League needs to come out and explain to everyone, particularly impressionable youngsters and grassroots players, what the word doubt actually means, because I think we have a different definition.